today we are going to be bringing you some very important updates and some trains of thought. We will be beginning with the fact that the Islamic Republic has now deployed forces throughout the country of Iran, the entire nation. Special forces, the Basij, the suppressive forces are now patrolling the streets in most major cities. The military is gearing up and they are sending tanks to the southern border in preparation for any potential land invasion of the Islamic Republic, as well as the gas situation that has gotten truly out of hand. I have never seen the supporters of the Islamic Republic, that dwindling 5% base, this angry before. After we discuss that, the Russia situation, where you guys might have heard the CIA director traveled to Moscow with a big show and entourage, actually has more ties to the Islamic Republic than you may think. And as always, we have the Alligram section and other clips and miscellaneous stuff to show you about the Middle East. So, the first and foremost, most important piece of information here is why would the Islamic Republic need to deploy special forces across the country? As we've been showing you, the gas shortage is getting so severe, and the theft and corruption is finally reaching even the regime supporters, and they are not having it anymore. We'll show you some clips later about the regime supporters and what they're singing out in on the streets, but Armin, the regime supporters, they came out last night and they were singing Hey Dad," as they usually do, but I've actually never seen them that angry before and complaining about the prices of things. I feel like these people just come
Wow.
out for money, and if you even paid these people enough money, tomorrow, instead of singing Hey Dad, they might sing Jobby Cha. They might say Long Live the King. Some of them. I really don't doubt it. But do you think it's because the money's running out that they're becoming angry? I mean, these people have led luxurious lives stealing the money of the Iranian people, and maybe they're not getting it anymore. What do you think?
For so many years, Ali, we have been wondering this question, us Iranians, and we have disagreements and debate about this. These Haydar Jihadi people, are they more ideological or is this about money? Because for years they pretended that they don't give a crap about worldly affairs, and they're doing this for the revolution, for Islam, and for the coming of the Mahdi, and they are so resilient and willing to suffer and even die and bleed for this cause. But many times in our in our Iranian circles, the anti-regime people have been debating: are these people that ideological? Because we see when they come out, they're getting paid, they're getting food, they're getting this and that, and they're getting so many. The regime takes care of them. And we're wondering, maybe it's not really ideological. Maybe it's they're not that much different from the rest of the people who are just doing things for worldly affairs, and this is actually the true color. So now maybe that they're running out. Maybe now that they're running out in two ways. Okay, one, maybe they're not getting paid as much as before. Two, maybe they can't afford things because things are getting expensive back at home. Maybe now we're saying what they really care about:
I think it's
life
pretty
covers.
apparent now.
Yeah.
Guys, this is very, very important. And this is the topic of all Iranian analysts right now, whether you're a regime supporter or you're opposition like us. You know what this does? It creates a situation where you, as a foreign agent, can go in, give money to a starved gangster mafia supporter like this gentleman on the street here, like this piece of garbage. They're just in it for the money. Give him a few $1,000s when the economy is exploding, when no one has money. Give him tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I don't care. Get the information and the locations of people you weren't able to previously get because these guys had it good, but now you can buy them, you can turn them. And what that does is it creates an atmosphere of mistrust, feels more division within the Islamic Republic supporters, perhaps even make some of them not show up because they believe some of their brethren, their brothers, are now turned into Zionist agents, and it makes the people's job easier at the end of the day. This has been our target all along, hasn't it? Ever since we started, we knew that as long as that 5%, these people on the street, stop showing up, we have an immense chance of overthrowing the Islamic Republic the next time we come out. So, Armin, it's getting way worse with the gas situation. In fact, guys, so if you know, there are about 4 million gallons of gas short a day, or about 20 million liters in Iran. And what that's resulting in are that you can't go to gas stations and pile up and get any sort of gas. So every gas station you go up to, you'll find lines like this. And once you show up into the front of it, you will find out that there is no gas left. So everyone's complaining about this. And I know you studied economics, Armin. How big of an issue is this really? How crippling is it for a city or a country when you just straight up run out of gas?
I mean, energy, fuel is the blood of the society. Nothing runs, nothing moves. It's not just about cars and trains and plane. Everything runs on energy. Your milk, your education, your hospital, everything you consume, there was energy consumed to get that to you, and that energy needs to come from somewhere. So when you don't have a way to provide to supply that energy, everything stops. Things don't move. The economy collapses.
Correct. And so, in anticipation of the people coming out, they've deployed security forces. And actually, to a large extent, members of the military as well are told to post up in certain cities and certain locations, namely the town squares, the city centers, and so forth. Now, that's nothing unusual because the chief of police of the Islamic Republic is also making a lot of statements saying that an uprising is probably very imminent. Some very stupid statements. So, this guy tells us, yeah, the Zionist agents are about to infiltrate us and cause another civil uprising. And he called it a war. He was like, that was the second war this year, was the uprising in January. Now that puts a lot of questions, right? So if you're an actual meritocracy, you would ask the chief of police, how did you possibly allow, and the intelligence, how did you allow so many foreign agents to infiltrate your country and stage these uprisings? Did they
Mm.
enter from underground or from above air? Or were they among the people? Where is it the actual citizens who want you guys gone?
Yeah, because that's a very good point, Ali. Because they say like, oh, we didn't kill 50,000 people, we killed 3,000 people or 4,000 people, right? And then we're like, well, who were these people? Like, let's just say you did only 4,000, 3,000. You killed civilians? Or like, no, they weren't civilians. These were Zionist spies. And like, you're telling me, you like, even if you go based on your narrative, you have been telling us for the past few decades that yes, our economy is not progressing as fast as much as we want them to, as we wanted to, but at least we have security. This is the price of having security against our Zionist and American enemies. Well, what happened to that? How did you allow 3, 4, 5,000 Zionist spies to make it into your country and operate like this? And that's only the ones that you managed to kill. So how many of them are still there? Like, how are you sleeping on the job? If even if you wanted to go based on your narrative, how did you manage to do that? Let that happen.
Exactly. Exactly. Completely ridiculous. If this was any other sane government, we would have had 10 regime changes like the United Kingdom, but these guys are not going to go without a fight. I'd actually also like to point out there was a True Social post by Donald Trump yesterday that pointed towards the amount of executions in Iran at the moment. So he said that basically the Islamic Republic has no money to pay its soldiers, and that's true. But it's still executing record amounts of people. So we're going to talk about that for just a second here, just to give you a quick update. They're executing a ton of people right now, but not all of them are political executions. They're executing a lot of apolitical prisoners, people who committed crimes and were not supposed to be executed, but they're executing them now. And they did that yesterday throughout the country, by the way. It wasn't just a few people. They executed a bunch of people who were convicted for crimes. Why? They'll come out and do one or two political executions publicly, then they'll do a bunch of apolitical executions to achieve their goal in scaring the Iranian people, causes fears. When you hear that there's constant executions all the time, the message is the next time you, the Iranian people, come out, we will slaughter you, we will execute you if we arrest you. And that's their entire goal, is to spread fear. By the way, there's no lengths that they will not go to instill fear. They will conduct mock executions. They will torture you to no end, keep you there for no reason. There is any sort of lawless behavior that you could possibly imagine that is conducted inside the Islamic Republic. Here's the situation that we're seeing throughout the country at the moment. These are members of the military of the Islamic Republic, and they are being told that they are now being deployed in certain areas, namely the South, in preparation for any sort of attack by the United States. A lot of tanks are being sent down there, but additionally, the special forces means specially retarded forces, the Basij, are being deployed to the city centers. They've branched out the duties of their forces here because they know that the military is conscription. The Iranian people are citizens who are consisting of the army. They send them to the borders to fight the external threats. Then they have their own suppression forces actually go into the cities. It's a dirty little tactic, and one that is probably going to result in heavy bloodshed.
My name is Armin. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.